Hello, you're watching News Mongolia on MNB World. And for our top stories. Luxembourg to implement €5 million grant program in the Mongolian health sector. Luxembourg's Minister of Economy, Franz Fayot, is paying an official visit to Mongolia. New SUV model MOZO X by Bars Motors was launched. For other news, stay tuned. Luxembourg's Minister for Development Cooperation and Humanitarian Affairs and Minister of Economy, Franz Fayot, is paying an official visit to Mongolia from July 26 through July 31st.
Also former Minister of Health were both.
Mongolia established diplomatic relations with the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg in 1976, and many projects and programs have been successfully implemented as part of the cooperation between the two countries. Notably, 1,500 Mongolian experts from the banking and financial sectors participated in the training supported by Luxembourg government, and 5 experts obtained master's degrees.
We are planning to expand our cooperation and bring it to the next level. In addition, as part of the new revival policy implemented by the government of Mongolia, we are planning to turn Mongolia into a transit hub that connects Asia to Europe and vice versa. Therefore, we have conducted productive meetings on these matters. Luxembourg expressed its willingness to support Mongolia and to cooperate.
In addition, projects on cardiovascular health and maternity-related issues were implemented with a grant from the government of Luxembourg. Luxembourg is the second richest country in the world, being a European economic powerhouse with $134,754 gross domestic product per capita.
From the outset, cooperation between Luxembourg and Mongolia has concentrated on the health sector. More specifically, cooperation is focused on telemedicine and cardiology, and subsequently it was expanded to include cardiac surgery.
Luxembourg's cooperation program was launched in the health sector of Mongolia in 2001, when the cardiovascular disease was the leading cause of death among the population and there were very few echocardiographic machines at hospitals. The Luxembourg government has launched the program with a $954,000 grant aid, thanks to which over the last 20 years, annually the lives of 2,600 people with cardiac issues have been saved. As part of the program, medical workers and doctors have attended several training sessions and courses, as well as echocardiographic machines and other necessary equipment were provided to Mongolian hospitals.
I think doctors of all 21 provinces and 9 districts should permanently stay in touch and exchange information. For example, in the cardiology sector, we can provide necessary advice and consultations on the transportation and treatment of patients. If a patient is going to get surgery performed here in Ulaanbaatar, we can prepare the operation room with the data received in advance. Back in the past, when I started working in this sector, we didn't have the necessary tools to explain blood vessels of a patient who suffered a cardiac arrest. Now, in emergency cases, we have the necessary blood vessel expansion equipment. Annually, around 3,000 blood vessel expansion treatments are administered to patients.
Over the last period of time, 29,000 cardiac patients have received difficult surgery in Mongolia. With the development of the medical sector, 2 diseases that used to be treated abroad can now be treated domestically, according to medical staff. In addition, conducting complex cardiac surgeries domestically lessens the financial burden on patients as well. Moreover, cardiologists have launched their national network where doctors from all regions can exchange information on their medical practices.
20 years ago, only the state central third hospital had one single echocardiographic machine. Today, thanks to the implemented program, a total of 44 echocardiographic machines have been installed in all regions and districts. In the past, we only had a few cardiologists, but today we have a whole network of specialized cardiologists. We are extending the cooperation in the health sector. So the government of Luxembourg will continue the program over the next 5 years and will implement a €5 million program in the cardiovascular section, as well as in pediatrics and maternity. We have just signed our latest memorandum of understanding.
Over the last 20 years, 31 hospitals and 11,000 health and medical workers of Mongolia, as well as 800,000 patients, have directly benefited from this program. Thanks to the project, the flow of patients seeking help from rural areas to capital city hospitals have decreased from 80% to 48%, and early diagnostics of cardiovascular diseases increased by 50%.
Mongolia spends around $500 to $800 million on purchasing vehicles manufactured in foreign countries. Most of this money is invested in Japanese, Korean, and US car manufacturers' markets. In order to decrease spending on foreign markets and to develop a local car industry, Bars Motors, a Mongolian company, has started producing cars.
The Bars Motors company has established a car manufacturing facility in Hangzhou, China, and is producing its first car, the MOZO, literally translating into the Mongolian people. The company launched its third car, MOZO X, an SUV off-road vehicle suitable for the Mongolian climate and environment. Company representatives say that the cars will be delivered directly from the manufacturer to the Mongolian market. Bars Motors officials say that the market price for the vehicles will be affordable compared to other imported SUVs, and they will cost around 129 million Mongolian toguls, or around $40,000. MOZO X uses a Mitsubishi 1.5 turbo engine and uses 6 to 8 liters of fuel per 100 kilometers. Bars Motors can produce up to 25,000 vehicles a year. The company plans to introduce its fourth car model in November.
Now let's take a look at the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Now let's take a look at weather forecast for the world's major cities. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you next time with more news and updates. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.